Captain Pete Maverick Mitchell. Let me be perfectly blunt. You are not my first choice. You are here at the request of Admiral Kosinski, aka Iceman. He seems to think that you have something left to offer the Navy. What that is, I can't imagine.
With all due respect, sir, I'm not a teacher. Just want to manage expectations.
What the hell? Good morning, aviators. This is your captain speaking.
Well, it's finally here after almost 30, like little over 30. I don't know. I'm not good with numbers. Like 30 years. We finally got a sequel to Top Gun. It took a while, but we eventually got it. So this is a sequel off of the 1986 original. That one was directed by Tony Scott. And I'm just gonna say this right off the bat. Top Gun, it's all about the eye candy. It's about airplane. It's about fighter jets, eye candy, and beach volleyball. And Kenny Loggins. That's all Top Gun is about. There was no plot. There was no story. From what the little story they had in that movie, it was just enough to keep it going. But to me, me being a story enthusiast, I really wish there was more. So when I heard they were doing a sequel to Top Gun, I was more hesitant about it because I'm like, I really wish there's a story in here. Like, I really wish there is. And saw it, and I was pleasantly surprised that there was an actual story. So this picks up 30 some odd years after the events of the first Top Gun. Tom Cruise, who plays Maverick, he's basically kind of still who he was back then, where he's like going against the rules. Rules are for nerds. But he gets brought back to Top Gun because of Iceman, who was Val Kilmer, who they bring back in this movie, and the way they did it was amazing. Because I didn't know that they were going to bring him back, and I was like, wow, that is just amazing. I'm very glad they did. So Iceman picks Maverick to lead a group of rookies to carry out a mission. And one of the rookies is Goose's son. So Maverick doesn't want Goose's son to be a part of it because he's afraid of losing. He lost Goose, but then also he's afraid of losing his son. And now Goose's son has a grudge on Maverick because Maverick pulled his kind of like credentials, which then held him back from progressing into the academy. So now he's got a grudge against Maverick. So I thought, okay, that's a good enough story. I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. I thoroughly did. In fact, I think this is better than the first movie. Just on a story technicality, but also, they're using real jets, which, that was super cool to see. And I really liked the way they did it. This is pretty much like, Ghostbusters Afterlife. It's a movie made for the fans. The fans have been waiting a long time, and they got a great movie. They made a movie specifically for the fans, but also for casual viewers like myself, for someone that liked most of the original. and wanted more of a story, they gave that to me in this sequel, and I really appreciated that. And I generally liked the story in this one. So I personally think that this is better than the original, but that's just me. You can harp on me all you want. The acting in this, Tom Cruise, shines because it's his movie, because it's Tom Cruise. He's always going to be the main star. Even when a movie doesn't need him to be the main star. Mummy. But the one that really surprised me the most in this was Miles Teller. I've never really been a Miles Teller fan because I just see him as being like a whatever kind of dude. Kind of like Wyatt Russell. He always looks like that surfer dude, like he always plays. I saw him in Lounge 49 and then 22 Jump Street, where he was basically playing like a surfer dude. And then when I watched Overlord and he played a very strict military guy, I'm like, dude, okay, like you're changing the way you do it. Okay. Yeah, Miles Teller's generally surprised me in this movie because, just in the past, Miles Teller's just been like whatever. And then when he was cast as Reed Richards in the Fantastic Four remake, and I'm just like, okay, this is just stupid. But we don't talk about that because that movie doesn't exist. So, but yeah, I was generally surprised with the acting in this movie. The acting was really good. They bring back, they bring back Val Kilmer. They bring back Jennifer Connelly, which I thought was really cool. And the way they did it was super cool as well. But yeah, to see Val Kilmer come back, it was just like, oh my God, like this is amazing the way they did it. So, and they do bring back Danger Zone. They do play it. So that's a plus. It wouldn't be Top Gun without it. But overall criticisms, it's just that, like I said, this is a movie made for the fans of the original. I'm not necessarily a fan of the original, but I still did like what they did. It wasn't like me when I watched Ghostbusters Afterlife, where I was legitimately thrilled at 100% of it. And then the third act just made me bawl in tears. Almost the entire theater was flooded because of my tears. Because I am a diehard Ghostbusters fan, and Afterlife was definitely a movie made for the fans. This movie is made for the fans of Top Gun. So if you love Top Gun and you haven't seen this, I don't know what you're doing. So I would just go out and see this. I don't understand it. So yeah, I wouldn't give it an amazing, but I think for diehard fans, they would give this amazing. Me, it would be great. I still thoroughly enjoyed it. I really don't have a whole lot of problems with it. I mean, I would say that maybe some of the acting is a bit but not all that much. But yeah, that would be me actual nitpicking it to the bone, but which I don't like doing that. So but yeah, I personally give this great. I would give this amazing, if I absolutely adored the original. I don't. But, for the fans that do adore it, this is like a dreamland for them. They would be like, we finally got a sequel after 25 years of waiting. And now they're even thinking of making a third one. with both Tom Cruise and Miles Teller returning. And it's like, well, we know Tom Cruise is going to come back. We know that already. We didn't even have to guess that. We just know it. But, you know, after seeing this, you know, a potential third movie, if it does happen, yeah, I would more than likely be on board with it. Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed the movie. So if you haven't seen it and you are a diehard fan, stop what you're doing and just go watch it.
You will never forgive yourself.
No turning back now.
Come on! Jeez! Having any fun yet?